Hey guys, so welcome back, and here is another video, and we're gonna create basically we're gonna link this food container to the Uber Eats app or Uber Eats page. Generally, when you go into Uber and you click on this, it goes to this page here. So we're gonna create this, and we're gonna start with this top page. Um, I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to create everything here just yet, but we'll see what we can do. We're gonna start with the top. We're gonna have to start by creating a new page. So let's go in here and click add new page, and we're gonna call this Uber Eats. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna clear these out. We'll have a blank canvas to work with. Okay, now we're gonna go into style and clear all the padding. So now everything is gonna be at the edges, and we'll just adjust it accordingly. Add a container in there. So that's gonna be the top, and we have this arrow and this shopping cart, and we have some space at the top. So let me add the components and then we'll space it out. So first of all, we're gonna add an icon, and we're gonna add some text in there and another icon. There we go. But these didn't go into the container, as you can see. So we're just gonna line it up. Now we're gonna name this container and try to line it up accordingly. So container, I'm gonna name this one the back button. This is gonna be the shopping cart icon. And now we're gonna fix the layout of the head container. There we go. Horizontal. So this is pretty much how this looks here. So as you can see, it has this back button, some text in the middle, then the shopping cart. So we're gonna change these icons. Let's start by changing the icons, then we'll space them out after. In the properties. So we're gonna look for an arrow. We may not get the exact arrow because we don't have the exact arrow, but an arrow is an arrow, right? I'm gonna make it black. Now we're gonna do this one. I'm also gonna make this one black. So far so good. Now we just need to change this text to pictures for you. That text is probably a bit too big. So we're just gonna size it. too small, so let's go medium. We'll leave the weight as normal. So far we look good. Head container. Now let's do some padding for this container. So we'll go into this, we'll go into edit, padding, and usually I like to leave a 12 gap at the top, at least, and then we do the same for the sides. And same for the bottom. So yeah, looks good so far. So that'll be our header container. Maybe we should put a bigger gap at the top. So we'll do extra large. We'll save it. All right. So far so good. Now we're gonna do the deliver now. We're gonna do this here. As you can see, that was pretty quick, pretty straightforward, and we're looking good. So now we'll add another container. Let me make this small. Now we're gonna wanna make the gaps pretty like nothing, because we'll use padding to space it out. So this is gonna be which container? Delivery container. We'll call it. That's what we'll call it. And we're gonna add the components in. So we're gonna need. We'll do a container for this here, and a drop down. So we're gonna add a container in the container. And we're gonna add some text in that container. And we'll just do a drop down. Okay. Or maybe we don't need this text. We'll just leave it like that. But as you can see, the colors are pretty off. So let me change the color of the app background to white. So everything looks uniform. There we go. So we're gonna make this smaller. So we're gonna go into layout, and we're gonna go exact size. This looks fairly minimal. We'll try a width of 100. It's too small. Let's go with 150. That'll work. And we'll go with the pretty short height. So we'll go with, let's try 50 and see how it looks. That's great. Now we're gonna want to name our container. So I'll just name this, what is it called? Deliver now. Let's just delivery time. Delivery time container. We're gonna name this delivery time drop down. Right, so now we can go in and adjust the components. So the label, we'll name it deliver now. Okay, so we're gonna link this list later on, but for now we're just gonna leave it. And instead of select option, it'll be, we'll link this as well later on, but for now we're just creating the components. But I should have added a scroll view. I forgot to do that. We're going to add all of this to the scroll view. We're going to leave the header without the scroll view because we're not going to scroll the header. It'll just stay at the top. I'm going to remove the gap. And for the style of the scroll view, we're going to add some padding in there so it has spaces on the sides and at the bottom. So I'm going to padding. We'll do very small at the top. We'll do a huge one at the bottom, 128. That way we have space. And we're going to do medium on each side. That's generally the size I use when I'm adding padding. It's basically medium on each side and 128 on the bottom. So that way when the user is scrolling, they have space at the bottom here. So we're going to edit this now. Go edit. I'm going to change the label color. Just going to select this. Let's see how it looks. Looks fine. Don't need to adjust it. If you want, you can just click the arrow and do your adjustments accordingly. But we're just going to leave that. And this layout, let's see if we can put a gap at the bottom. Too small, let's see. That looks great. And so this entire thing, we're gonna do a bigger padding at the bottom as the medium. See how it looks. That did nothing. So let's see layout. Nope. See how this looks. Nope. Nope. That did nothing. Okay, let's go back into this, see if the padding makes it easier. Yes, so we'll leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let me take this opportunity to ask you guys to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you tune into this series. So let's get back to this. So let's come out of it. It pretty much looks like this. So that's it for now. Save it. Now let's go on and add this delivery and this icon in there. So we'll add a container. Actually, we'll add a drop-down field. We'll remove the label of the drop-down, and it'll just have, we'll just add in delivery or pickup in here, and then the icon. So let's add a container to hold everything in. Actually, this is supposed to be here. Let's move this up. And let's adjust this layout. So it's horizontal. And let's add the icon in there one time so we can line it up properly. There we go. So now this container is going to contain another drop down, as I said. So we're going to put a drop down. This one, let's go to properties. Let's get rid of the label. So we're going to check the layout. The width and height will be an exact size. And the size will be, it looks like 125. Sure. I'll go with a height of 40. And we'll just edit this. We'll make the background gray. So I wonder, nope. Just use this gray. Gray is gray for now. You can align the components. Let's see which looks best. Looks terrible. Looks terrible. Looks terrible. Nope. We'll leave it there, and okay, we'll use the padding to get it to line up. Okay, that's pretty much lined up in the center. So now we have this here, as you can see. Looks good. So this, I think, is a drop-down delivery or pickup. So we'll add that in later as well. But for now, we're just creating all the components. So we're going to change this as well. Properties. We're going to add this quickly. Now we're going to line up all of these to make it centered so it looks neat. We're also going to make this a bit bigger. So I'm going to go into that. Style, let's edit the size. Into typography. Do text. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, that looks fine. So far, so good, I think. We should have left this, but that's okay. These components are lining up pretty nicely. Now we're gonna add this here. So we're not gonna add all of these right now. We're gonna connect all of this to Xano. I'll show you that in another tutorial, but for now we're gonna create the scroll, because generally when you go into this app, you can scroll this left or right. So we're just gonna add a scroll view, and I'll show you how to set it up. So I'm gonna rename this main scroll, so I know which scroll is which. Main scroll. Let's just collapse everything. Now we could go to adjust it. So the scroll view is pretty much gonna go left to right. So horizontal scroll true. Horizontal scroll is this way, left to right. So now all of whatever is in here, you can scroll it left to right instead of up and down. Go to layout, style, see if it has any padding to adjust. Nope. Good. So now we can add in these components. So we're gonna add an image and the text underneath it. So we're gonna add a container to hold this in, and then we'll repeat that container with Xano and Appgyver to get all of these. So we're just gonna create one container to get all of these. So here we go. Let's add a container into this scroll. And I'm gonna name it. We'll call it category scroll. Right, so now we're gonna name this category container. Let's save it. Now we're just gonna select maybe we could just fit the content. Let's see how that'll be. Now let me add in an image field into this container. Text. Now it's adjusted. There we go. Let's check it out. So leave the bottom gap pretty small before. And we're gonna make this smaller as well. So let's go exact size. Width of, what was that, maybe 75? Yeah, 75 is fine. Do the height as well. Right, so we'll also we'll just add in deals so that it looks smaller and we know what we're dealing with, basically. Now I'm gonna line these up to be centered. Yeah, center. That should work. It did not work. Position. Nope. Yes. Here we go. Nope. Oh, it's the position of the text. Sorry about that. Center line. Now, there we go. So far, looks pretty good, I might say. When we connect this to Xano, you will see it fill up accordingly. We'll just be using the entire container here, and we'll be going into properties and repeating it. And we'll use a collection to repeat it, so no worries. So that's about it for the scroll. And let me save it. I think I might need to adjust the padding because this space here shouldn't be there, and it'll look pretty off in your app. So I may adjust the padding actually. Let me do it now. Let me just go into scroll view. Let's go into style. And we'll clear this padding and we'll do it for each of the containers instead. So let's go into this one first and we'll do, let's go and edit the padding. Let's do it was small at the top, I believe, but it already, yeah, that's fine. Let's do medium to the sides. Let's do small to bottom. And now let's get rid of the gap. Let's clear it. There we go. So the scroll view, we're going to add a gap as well. Let's go with medium at this side, and we're going to leave this one because it'll scroll all the way to the end. And that's it for that one. Oh, I forgot the gap at the bottom here, so let's go back into main. Edit, padding, let's go back, just adding the large gap at the bottom. So we have space to work with. There we go. So far, we're coming along pretty nicely. Let's save. Now we can check it out. Looks pretty good. So now it's this one. That's going to be a search field. So what we can do there is we can simply add in a container, and that'll be, so we'll just add in a container. So I'm gonna do it now. So we'll do the container first. Let's collapse this. Okay. So we're gonna make this an exact size because that's gonna be the exact size of the search bar. So this is for 14 pixels. So we could just go here and we'll do, I generally do 375. And the height will be, I think it's 40 I use. Yeah, I think so. Now we'll go into style. Let's edit this container. We're gonna do no padding for now. Let's do shape. Make this fully round. And we're gonna change the background color. We're gonna use gray. I want to use the same gray I used here, so let's hope that was it. I think it was. And now we're just gonna center this. We'll do it position, center. There we go. Now in this container, we're gonna add an icon here for the search. For this search here, and we're gonna add an icon here and an input field over here. So let's get cracking on that. So I'm gonna just copy this icon and copy that icon. I'm gonna go into this container, paste it in. I'm gonna paste another one in. Okay. So this needs to be horizontal. So I need to go back and change the layout to horizontal. And now we add text in the middle here. Sorry, the input in the middle. And the input field is gonna be small as well, so it's gonna be exact size. Let's try. So that's 275. That's a good width. So let's change the height. The container is 40, so we'll make this a bit smaller. So we'll do 30. That's fine. And we're gonna just make some adjustments. We'll get rid of the label, and we're gonna style it. So I'm gonna edit, change the background to, I think that was the one that we used, so it'll just blend in. And let's see, clear this. Does nothing. It does something. But we'll make the text smaller. The correct color. Let's try padding. Nope, let's just leave it. One layout, maybe left, deny position. Let's see how this looks. Does nothing. We can delete this, but it'll change all the search components for our app, and we don't really want to do that in case we need to change it up a bit, I guess. So let's save it. So it doesn't look great so far, but we'll make it look great soon. Soon we'll have the search bar with, we'll also have to make the text smaller. I forgot to do that. And I'll change these icons now. Change this. That's that. Now it's, I don't know which one it has for this, so it's gonna be that's the filter. So I'm thinking that maybe I can search filter and find it. Nope. Maybe it doesn't have that icon in here. But you could add your own icons. You don't have to use what they give you here. You can add your own. I'm just using what they gave because I didn't download any icons for this. And yeah. While I'm looking for this, let me take this opportunity to say thank you for joining me, and I really, oh, you could use this. I really am glad that you chose to watch this video, and I would appreciate it if you drop a like and comment if you get some value from this. Let me know also in the comments what you would like to see, what you would like me to do, if there's anything in particular. Yeah, let's save it. So we're gonna just adjust this padding, make this smaller, and then that'll be it for this video. In another video, we'll do this. It's pretty simple, all this and this. And this is also pretty simple, so we can get that done soon. well, we can get that done in another video. And then we'll just link all the data from Xano. We'll add the data to Xano, then link it into this right here. So let's get started and see what we can make happen. So I'm going to do this one first. I'm going to adjust the style, size of the text, medium. It's fine. It's fine. It's black, and oh, let's see what else. We can see if we can do a border. So leave the border. We can do it black, and this has none. So we're gonna do individual. Leave this as okay. Let's adjust this. Static 0. The right, we'll do it medium. Solid. And the left, we'll get rid of this one as well. So we're just gonna have the right, we'll get rid of this one as well. We're gonna shape it, so we're gonna have square. Let's see how this looks. Okay, so the components need to line up better. So it's pretty terrible the way it looks. I'll do that. Everything is centered. We'll leave it. We'll do that. Everything is centered there. That looks pretty good so far. We gotta get this text up. So gonna go into it. And see if we can do it right here. It's not right. Leave it centered, and we'll just. I think it looks good. I don't think it'll be bad. Yeah, I think it lines up properly. So you can adjust the padding, adjust the spaces in between. It's all up to you how you want yours to look. I'm just I'm just doing something to show you guys the power of Appgyver and Xano that you can basically build anything that you want to build. So check it out. This we've got that. We've got everything so far. Let's preview it and we'll see how it looks. This is really annoying, so I'm gonna pause the video, see if I can figure it out, and um, I'll let you guys know what it is, and I'll come back soon. Okay, guys, so I'm back, and all I did was I went into authentication, I turned it on, and I just set the initial view to Uber Eats, which is the page we're building today, and it works fine. So um, this is what we have so far, As you can see, we need to add some space here, and we can connect these. This back button, this cart will be for a different page. This will be for the user's page. We'll have to adjust this, so let me adjust these two, and then we'll end the video there. So while I'm here, I'll just show you to connect this page to the other. We're just going to click on it, and we're going to open page. And we use this to connect the nodes, and basically when they tap on it, it opens this page. So we go into this, and we choose which page. So we choose that one, click save, and that's it. Now this page is connected to the Uber Eats page. Now this page is connected to the Uber Eats page. So let's go back into the Uber Eats page, see if we can make some adjustments to these. So even though it's neat here and it's lined up, it's not lined up in the app, so we're gonna have to fix that. So we're gonna go in it, we'll go into this, we'll click edit, and this gap is really small. I think it was on small, I believe. So let's save it, and we can preview it again, and then we'll know if how it looks and if there's anything else we need to get done. See, reload, no it isn't. So go into that, go into layout, position. That's not it. So now we got this. So let's see what we can do here. Style. Maybe this has a gap. Let's see if we can remove any gaps. Probably it doesn't. See, no gaps. But to center it and the width and height. Maybe we need to make this like nothing. So I'm just gonna adjust the size of this to make it 1 pixel by 1 pixel, so it takes up basically no space. The fuck? So it takes up no space, so maybe it'll line up then. So width and height. We'll use fit content. It doesn't have any content. Let's hope this works. In real time, so that's clearly, isn't it? Let's refresh it. Let's see. Did nothing. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. This is the drop down container. This is the label. I don't want to delete the label and then it affects all the others. So let's see. One. So guys, all I did was went into this drop down container and I went and edited the position, put a gap at the bottom. Now it looks fine. So now we're just gonna do this one and we'll do the same thing. And yeah, that'll be it for today's lesson. So let's go. Input, make this small, we'll save it. And there it is. So let's open it up. Now we can see. Looks pretty similar. I got the line in there. Should have been gray, but we'll leave it at black. Looks good. As I said in previous videos, it'll look smaller on a mobile screen. It'll look more defined. You'll see everything much better. And when we connect this data, when we connect this drop down, we'll be able to use it. As you can see, we can't right now. But I'm just gonna connect this back button for you guys. And we'll just do navigate back. And we'll save it. Now let's check it out. This will reload soon. We can click back, it'll come out of our app. No, it wouldn't. Because we're only on this page, so it has nowhere to go back. Let's just see, do home. Let me just show you the functionality within the app. Clicking on certain things. Here we go. This is the home page that we created a while back. And you can click on this one and it takes us here. It goes back to this page. So as you can see, everything works fine so far. And this is the app we've got. Hopefully you guys learned something in this video, and if you did, smash me a like and be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.